where are you going to play the volley when your contact point is lower than the net? And I think many players, they make the mistake in trying to slice up the ball and playing it deep into the court. That is wrong. So today I'm going to tell you how you become a master at the net when defending low volleys. Vamos! Hello, welcome everybody! Today we are in the Boekhorst in Noordwijkerhout and we're going to start right now. Vamos! Oké. Ah, lekker boelie! And we have sales on justpadel.com. I like it. You like it? Good match. So why shouldn't you play the volley deep when you have a low contact point? Well, there are many reasons, but reason number one is if you have a very low contact point, so lower than the net, and if you lift up the ball, it means that you can play without any pressure. So you cannot play pressure if you lift up the ball, never. So if you play the ball also deep behind the white line, the ball bounces up and it's very easy to defend. So the players can play a chiquita on that volley. So maybe your ball has a very big rebound, so they can play a chiquita on you and they can take over the net like that. Or they can easily play the lob because you cannot pressure, so it's very easy to play the lob. Or they can do like a volley, so they can step in. If you're playing that lifting up ball, the ball has a very big rebound and the players can do everything. So if you lift up the ball, they can also play the volley lob. And with the volley lob, I think this is one of the best lobs because if you go to kind of advanced level, a volley lob, they can hurt you a lot. So it can die close to the glass and it's very hard to smash the ball on the volley lob. So if you give them a reason to play the volley lob, you don't want to do that. So now, how to solve it? Solution number one is the drop shot. If the contact point is lower than net, it would be good to just play the drop shot. Not like that. But if you play the drop shot, they kind of need to run and you make them move. So when they are here, the ball is already going down, so they cannot really pressure you. So the main thing is that they need to hit the ball lower than the net. And with solution drop shot, they will probably hit the ball lower than the net. So if you are going to drop shot like this, then they will probably hit the ball higher than the net. So you always need to make sure you give somebody a ball that bounces lower than the net. And the drop shot would be a very good example. You can play that one in the center, you can play a drop shot through the door, you can bounce the ball back, you can do everything. And when the ball is low, I like the drop shot a lot, so this is a good solution. Solution number two is to play a softer, shorter ball in the middle of the court. So if you play in the center of the court, they need to move from their corner to the center. That means that they have a lower contact point because they need to run towards the ball. You don't want to play the ball deep. So if you play the volley behind the line, the ball is going to rebound up against the glass and your opponent has a lot of time to respond. Insects everywhere. If you play the ball shorter, so in front of the white line, they cannot use the glass, so they need to also run to the ball. And their contact point is going to be lower than the net. So they are in the middle of the court, they cannot really play with any pressure. Because if they play with pressure, they are in the center, I can play the next ball into the open space. So it works very well. The third solution is short against the fence. So this also works great. They have to also run to the ball because it's away from them. You can also play shorter to the fence. I think one of the most complicated ones is to lob from the fence. So they are out of position because they're close to the fence. You have the middle open now, and then you can build up. You can still hold the net position because that's the most important part of this video, is that you need to play in a place that helps you to keep the net. So you have to accept the fact that you're defending the net position and that you cannot attack. This is also not attack. So we might think this is attacking, but it's not, because it's going to be super easy. And before, when we started to play paddle, and if you play a volley deep, that was considered a difficult shot because my opponent has to use the glass. But we are all better now because we have watched a million YouTube videos from Otro, Nivel, Padel, of course, and you're subscribed. And this is not attacking anymore. So you need to play shorter and softer. So I will also show you the technique now. So to solve all these low shots, your positioning is also key. So many players, they're playing from the second post, which is good if your opponent is cross courts, because then I'm in a good position. But you do need to go and step into the ball if you have time. And if you see that you play a very good ball, you should move in, and then they cannot play low over the net. So positioning yourself in the correct position is going to help you to know when you need to attack and when to defend the net. So playing from the second post is great. I don't go, I'm not a quick player, so I'm not going to be very close to the net. I know that I'm here, but I do need to step in sometimes. And I adjust my position depending on where, on my opponents. So if, for instance, if I play against some players that play a lot of short angles and they try to pass me, then I go and stand closer to the net. And if I play against players that play a lot of lobs, I'm going to be further from the net. So then I kind of check what kind of shots they like to play, and then I adjust my position based on that, because I don't want this and I don't want to run. So I'm going to make a compromise I'm going to change my position depending on my opponent. So this is the mistake, that I lift up the ball. This is the mistake. Yeah, this is the solution. That doesn't seem like a nice, amazing volley, but this is what you have to do. So instead of doing this, you do that. Some of the slower shots you can let them bounce as well, because they kind of give a higher contact point. You can play very fast. So sometimes this is a very good option if the ball is very, very slow. But that was all for this video. So if you like it, subscribe and also like it. And I will see you next Monday. Hasta luego. Ciao. Adios.